What is the best way to deal with disruptive behavior in the seminary classroom? There is a power in just trying to catch the eyes of a student, maintaining that eye contact maybe just a little longer than is comfortable. Reminds them that you are aware, that you've noticed the behavior, and sometimes that's all it takes. I have a standard of just one voice at a time in the classroom. I sometimes will stop talking even mid-sentence if there's too much chatter going on. The tendency for us as teachers is to try to talk over the noise, up our volume, and I just haven't found that to work. As a caution, if we have a look on our face that's kind of sour or upset, and we cross our arms and we stop talking, sometimes that will backfire, if I'm being honest. And what you don't want to do is be in a situation where you're kind of either saying out loud or with your body language, I'm going to wait you out. Because what I've found is that sometimes that actually invites even more teenagers to join in the fray. This next one, direct to question, also needs to be done in a Christ-like, pleasant way. If these things are done effectively, your temperature isn't rising as a teacher. You expect that from time to time that you'll have to deal with students that are disrupting others. You got to be careful with the way you do it. The purpose here isn't to shame or call attention in a way that makes the kid embarrassed, but it is an opportunity to invite them back into the discussion. And for many students, that's going to be enough. Okay, so you've made eye contact, you've stopped talking, you've directed a question, and the behavior continues. At that point, I would physically move closer to the students that are disrupting. In order to have this be natural and not feel like a direct confrontation, you'll have to develop a pattern of kind of moving through the classroom from time to time anyway. Otherwise, if kids are being disruptive and after these first few steps, you make a beeline to where they are, it'll be more confrontational than you probably mean it to be. But if we're just kind of generally circulating through the class anyway, to just kind of linger a little longer in the area of the classroom where a kid has their phone out or they're talking, sometimes without saying anything else, that's enough to have them bring themselves back into the class. If you've done these first four things and the problem continues, you've got to, at that point, consult with the student privately. There may be a temptation to draw public attention or to have that conversation right there. I've learned the hard way that never goes well. Nobody appreciates being kind of publicly assassinated for their behavior, even if it's warranted. And so what I will sometimes do is to say, hey, Bobby, I'd like to visit with you just for a minute after class. Sometimes just that is enough to then kind of bring them back in. You have to, if you say it, then you've got to follow up with it. They're going to try to beeline out of the class as quickly as possible afterwards. And again, in a pleasant way, you're smiling, you're happy, your temperature hasn't risen. You pull that student aside. I would end class a little early if you're going to do this, so that they don't have time to, or they don't have the excuse of, you're going to make me late for class. You will sometimes have a fellow student say, we have to go. They'll try to save their friend. You say, oh, this will just take a minute. In that, I would keep it brief, to the point, and focused on your desire to have them be taught by the Spirit and have a good experience in seminary. You can sometimes do that with a group of 2 or 3. I think I'd do it individually, visit with the ringleader and have the friends say, what was that all about? I don't know, a three against one situation may not go as well as just a brief, to the point, quick visit with a student after class.